Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. What is up, Jits? We're back. What's up, Jits? Um, we're back with a trade recap. I said that like twice already, but let's get right into the trade recap. I took one L today and one paper trade W. So let's get right into it. I'm only down $370 because I took one trade on my combine and kept my losses super small with two contracts. So yeah. So going into the day, I was pretty long biased. Order flow was bullish. But I did realize that we did tap this volume imbalance here that we have on the daily. But I was just overall very bullish because as you can tell, look at this shit, like just straight bullish, right? So I was just like, okay, maybe another bullish day, you know what I mean? So therefore, I was like, okay, look, we swept out Asia low, Asia high, London low. I was expecting London high. So my bias was also long. So that made perfect sense, right? So market opened up right here, and market just pumped. Market just pumped, and I was looking to take my first entry at this 5 minute fair value gap with the internal sweep or whatever, but we never got that. We ended up just pumping up, not tapping this. So yeah, so we ended up pumping, and we ended up not tapping London high. So I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna wait. So, I'm gonna wait. So price eventually came back down to equilibrium of this range here, and we were also below midnight opening. So therefore, I was going to long, right? We're also in a 1 minute fair value gap right fucking here. Boom. So I was like, okay, look, longs look good right here. To be honest, I missed this entry. I wanted to long here, but I literally missed it. I just couldn't click the buy button. Like I just couldn't, like mentally was I couldn't click it. Like I could have clicked it like that, but I just mentally couldn't click it for some reason. I guess it was I just wasn't sure. So then I've dropped to the 15-second time chart. So price manipulated up again. Boom. We came down a little bit more. We ended up having SMT at these lows. So I was like, okay, this looks great. And we had a fair value gap right here. So we entered off the fair value gap here. And we also had a 1 minute fair value gap. Also a 15-minute fair value gap inside of this range right here. So 1 minute, 15-minute, and if this 15-second really, yeah, fair value gap. So I was like, okay, this looks great. So we had fair value gap here. We tapped this. Boom. And then we ended up entering off right here to getting the reaction off this 15-second fair value gap. I ended up, so my stops were here at the time. I should have just had it like left it like this, but I was like, okay, my RR is not that great, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move my stops right here. Ended up getting stopped out, and as you can tell, I drew my fit from here to here, the manipulation leg. I wanted a negative one standard deviation. As you can tell, it would have hit if I would just kept my stops like this, or if I would have just been like, okay, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and enter off this 15-second fair value gap right here. My art would have been a lot better. But like I said, I didn't do that. I ended up playing like not the best today. Getting stopped out pretty early here. So then market just pushed down, and I knew this was the drawn liquidity now. This 1 hour fair value gap was the drawn liquidity. And so we ended up tapping this 1 hour fair value gap, and we ended up pumping, right? So I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So price came up, nice bullish reaction to the upside, and we came down. We had a 5 minute fair value gap here. 5 minute fair value gap here. We also inverse this 5 minute fair value gap here also. So then I was like, okay, longs look pretty fucking good. So then, therefore, I was like, okay, look, we're here. We're consolidating here, as you can tell. Just straight consolidating. We're trading between two balances, but we're coming out of a higher time frame PD rate. So I was like, okay, this looks great. And I was also long bias, and we are also midnight opening. So I was like, okay, this looks great. So therefore, price came down here, tapped it once, tapped it again, and price started to consolidate. So then I was like, okay, look, this just looks like our soup right here, right? We have low generated sell side liquidity here. We ended up taking out this low, and we also had SMT here. So then I was like, okay, this looks great. I ended up pushing, price ended up pushing up. We entered off this inverse fair value gap right here, and boom, was chopped up for a little bit, and then price pushed up. I ended up taking two contracts off here, two contracts up here at this negative one standard deviation, and then my last one got stopped to break even. As you can tell, it just pushed up a lot higher. But yeah, that was a trade that we took. Yeah, I mean that's all I can say. That's a trade that we took. If you go to the paper trading account right here, 1600 here. Like I said, nice. I feel like these weren't terrible trades. I realistically should have won this trade. I should have just entered off this fair value gap right here, stopped at this low, and just called it left it like that. But I didn't. I don't know why. That was my fault, obviously. But yeah, that was a trade recap of today's trades. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be live streaming tomorrow again, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.